What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing well. I have so enjoyed reacting to therapists in fictional media, and after I posted my reaction video to The Therapist in Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, several of you asked me to react to some of the songs in the show. And as I was looking through those comments, there was one song title that just stood out to me. Antidepressants are so not a big deal. Now, this title stood out to me because I feel like this is such a thing where so many folks are on antidepressants, but it's also highly stigmatized. I'm really curious to see how they decided to present this as a musical number in the show. I'm hoping that it helps destigmatize the experience of being on medication for mental health related reasons. And because I know what the show is, I'm hoping it's also entertaining to watch. Now, before we go into this reaction, because of the nature of the topic being about antidepressants, I want to offer a clear disclaimer that I'm not a medical doctor. That means I'm not qualified to prescribe medication in any capacity. I am a clinical psychologist. So that means I have some cursory knowledge about psychological medications in general, but I am not qualified to prescribe those medications or even kind of speak to how clients should be using any medications that they might be on. Okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and react to this video.
I mean, baby, lots of people are on those pills. Like everyone.
Everyone, really?
Yes. That's what I've been trying to tell you. You're not alone in this.
Okay, we haven't even gotten to the song yet, and I already love this. I have had this conversation with probably the majority of my clients. There's usually a point for a lot of folks who are coming in to see me where I'm just offering that gentle suggestion that they check in with their medical doctor to see if medication could be a benefit to them. Most people have a pretty strong reaction to this. Like, none of my friends are on these meds. Nobody else is only this like small subset of people are on meds. And it's sort of like, honey, no, like a lot of people are on meds. And if only we could just realize that this is very normal to be on medication for mental health concerns, similar to how we might take any other kind of medication for other medical concerns. It would be so much less of a battle in this moment in therapy when we're going, no, this is really common, it's fine.
Walk with me.
Okay.
Fluoxetine, fluoxetine,
Paroxetine, paroxetine,
citalopram, citalopram. Take once a day. Fluoxetine, fluoxetine, paroxetine, paroxetine, citalopram, citalopram. May cause dry mouth.
I already love this. I mean, we're like in the Broadway musical now. I mean, even they got like their rainbow color outfits going on. I'm noticing they're not using the generic names for these drugs, which maybe is kind of like to cover their bottoms a little bit and protect them, but they're referring to Prozac, Paxil, and Celexa, which are all very common antidepressants. Specifically, these are SSRIs, which stands for selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. Long story short, it allows your brain to have more serotonin. Serotonin, to sum up, is basically a feel-good neurotransmitter. It helps you feel more focused, more balanced, and just generally you feel better when you have more of it. And we know that for folks who have less serotonin in their brains, they are more prone to experiencing depression. So let's see where they go with this.
From the moment that we learn to walk and speak, our parents tell us everyone's unique. Now, I'm not saying that advice is bad, but honey, you're not special because you're sad.
not special, no, you're not. The movers,
The shakers, a happy homemaker.
You'd be surprised how many of them know.
Antidepressants are so not a big deal. Please won't be on antidepressants.
Sweet treats, here's the deal.
Welcome to the club with open admission. You're cast in the play that has no audition.
I love that they're taking something so serious and making it so lighthearted, and I think even just in how they're depicting this musical number, it feels so inclusive. Like we have this circle of folks just kind of dancing around happily in unison. This idea that like what you're going through is so normal. As you go about your life, as you go through the grocery store, as you go through your day-to-day, your friends, your siblings, the people who are around you, chances are high that a significant number of those folks are on some sort of mental health medication, oftentimes some sort of antidepressant. So to be able to just know that and hear that can help it just feel so much safer. Like, oh, this is a thing. It's not just me, like that friend, this neighbor, we're all taking the same med pretty much. I think there's something about taking something so serious and making it lighthearted and inclusive that is really helpful in destigmatizing medication.
The origins of life are messy and imprecise.
We're all the result of natural selection.
True. So why should I feel crappy about something that makes me happy?
Though it may be hard to maintain an erection.
Okay, I'm glad they touched on side effects. There were a couple of things there. Yes, why do we need to feel bad about something that makes us happy? Which, to be fair, would most people on an antidepressant say that it magically makes them happy? At least in my practice, I haven't quite heard that sort of feedback of like suddenly like, I just went from really, really low to this like, I'm perky and chipper and bubbly. But certainly if it's helping you go from I feel crappy to I feel so at least some level of like neutral baseline, why would stigma hold you back from something so helpful? Now, this person also referenced how it may cause problems maintaining an erection, which certainly is a common complaint around antidepressants. Other common complaints that I can hear from folks are related to, I think they mentioned dry mouth. Also, things around weight gain can come up quite often. Everyone responds differently. What ends up happening though for a lot of folks is before ever taking a med, you're so aware of those side effects because you hear about them, you know, in different places like this, and you go, well, I don't want that side effect, so no to the med. That's kind of unfortunate that things can get written off so easily just because for some folks, they may have some of these side effects. Even if you do wind up having some of these side effects, it's not just like a black and white, like, oh, I guess this med is not for me. You can always circle back to your medical physician, see if there's any adjustments you can make on that med, or sometimes, you know, switch meds or do something else with your medications so that it doesn't just feel like either I have this side effect, but I'm, you know, happy, so to speak, on this med, or I'm unhappy if I want to skip out on the side effect. It's generally not so simple as that.
Maybe you should adjust your dosage. I already tried that. Did it work?
Have you tried another medication?
Yep, but that one made me gain weight.
Oh, that totally happened to me. It got better within a few months.
Thanks. Cool.
Oh, look at that. I haven't seen this before. They touched on everything that I just brought up. Yes, if you're having issues with side effects, they may not necessarily persist either. So just always be in constant communication with your medical doctor if you have any concerns, because you just never know. It may get better. There's more to it than meets the eye at first glance. Also, I love this dance move that we just paused. This is fun. This is a fun video.
Antidepressants are so not a big deal. Big whoop, you're on an antidepressant.
Take two with or without a meal.
Fluoxetine, paroxetine. Our lawyers won't let us say brand names.
Oh, I hope I don't get in trouble for that, because I already did. I love the symbolism of, you know, she opens this giant med container and out come the tap shoes. I kind of feel it as like there's a little more life now, and you can re-access some of that aliveness that maybe was harder to access not being on the meds. That's certainly a possibility, a benefit that I've heard from many folks.
Antidepressants are so common that taking them is all we have in common. Where are you guys? Oh, I see. We have nothing else in common, so you're just going back to your lives. Okay, cool. I'll just pose.
Well, I said I wanted entertainment, and this definitely delivered that for me. There is something about how this show just combines lightheartedness and humor with some really serious topics to help destigmatize and normalize an experience that is so common. And they even said that at the end, like, oh, actually maybe the meds were kind of one of the few things we actually all had in common, but that's kind of true. Antidepressants are pretty prevalent kind of across the board in different kinds of life experiences. It just validates that no matter who you are, you can go through hard things, you can become depressed or go through other mental health concerns, and you may also benefit from medication. We certainly don't want to write it off just because of a stigma around it. Well, I definitely enjoyed reacting to this video. Selfishly, these videos are super fun. I hope you find it helpful as well. Let me know in the comments if there are other videos you might like me to react to, whether from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend or elsewhere. And before we close, I'd like to thank TherapyNotes.com for sponsoring this video. Therapy Notes helps with all of your practice management needs for all my fellow therapists out there. Whether it's scheduling, notes, billing, or having a HIPAA-secure telehealth platform, Therapy Notes has you covered. You can get 2 months to check out Therapy Notes for free just by clicking the link in the description of this video. Well, I certainly enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for reacting to it along with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to the creators of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend and the cast and everyone for offering such an entertaining way to destigmatize some very real concerns. And until next time, from one therapist to whomever you might be, I wish you well.